Well, gun reform has been a major debate amongst lawmakers for years, and talks seem to increase after tragic events like the recent mass shootings.
Yeah, so going in depth on this gun reform debate is our Washington, D.C. correspondent, Joe St. George. Good morning to you. Can you tell us what's on the table in the next couple of days?
Yeah, you know, we're following every development, it seems like minute by minute, because it is such an important issue. Yes, it's important to the victims of gun violence in Uvalde, Texas, but it's really important for the entire country because of the emotion that this country has been, the outcry really that this country has experienced in recent days. North of 13 mass shootings over the weekend alone, stretching from Phoenix, Arizona to Philadelphia. So this is very much top of mind, and optimism remains the word of the day, if you will, here on Capitol Hill when it comes to gun reform. And this comes after years of a lot of pessimism on this topic. Senator Mitch McConnell, who leads Republicans in the Senate, actually told reporters yesterday that he hopes that Democrats and Republicans can reach a bipartisan agreement by the end of the week. It may not happen today, but there's certainly a lot of movement on this. Senator John Cornyn of Texas is a major reason why the negotiations are so optimistic at this point in time. This is the most serious conversations that lawmakers have had in years on both sides of the aisle between Democrats and Republicans. So what could possibly change? There's a lot of responsible gun owners in Texas who are following this carefully. And according to Senator Cornyn and other Republicans, if you're a law-abiding, responsible gun owner, this isn't going to impact you. But if you're someone who's not, this could potentially impact you. So what are we talking about? One is it looks as though lawmakers are heading in the direction of providing more federal resources for states if they so choose to set up their own red flag laws for states that already have it implemented. 19 states do across the country. New federal dollars would help improve the existing laws already on the books. There would also be a chance that there would be changes to the background check process, particularly for juveniles, younger individuals, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, so that their juvenile record would be factored into any background check. So many of these atrocities taking place nationwide are the result of young men. So that is where the negotiations stand. This is not going to be the big gun control package that some progressives in Texas have wanted for years. There will likely be no changes on the age that's required to purchase an AR-15, for instance. There will be no changes to high-capacity magazine rounds or bump stocks. But there are serious conversations happening, and we'll continue to follow this minute by minute, guys.
And Joe, another major issue that's impacting Americans are the soaring gas prices. Do we have any insight on what the president plans to do, and how likely are we to see any relief at the pump anytime soon?
Yeah, it's a big issue, right? And the Today Show is going to tackle it at the top of the hour. You know, I could provide you my reporting on it. I was able to attend a background briefing with economists for the president, in which I asked them, I said, is there any relief in the fall coming? Is there any guarantee that this will be better come winter? And they told me that they didn't want to predict anything. They didn't want to get in that business, which tells me as a reporter that there's still a lot of uncertainty here. What I can tell you is there's a couple of developments to watch over the course of the next couple of weeks that could provide some relief in South Texas. One is OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum-Enriched Countries. Think a lot of the countries in the Middle East, for example, they're part of this organization. They've promised to increase production in July and August. It's economics 101. Increased production means increased supply, in theory, lower prices. And a number of media outlets are also reporting that President Biden could be visiting Saudi Arabia at the end of this month again to discuss production in the Middle East. This is a global issue. The White House continues to point blame at President Putin's invasion of Ukraine for destabilizing the markets. They say if it wasn't for their releasing of strategic energy reserves, that gas prices would be a lot worse than they are right now, if you can imagine that for a second. But this is hard. This is impacting every country around the globe. Oil prices are very much an international event. And because President Biden can't do anything just like that, White House advisors are actually looking at Congress to say, hey, can we fix anything with child care or health care to maybe offset that pain that we're all experiencing at the pump?
Yeah, but like you said, no snap of the finger solution. Joe, thank you so much for your time today.